You really are an idiot. What are you doing? Said a girl with white hair and red eyes that I had never seen before. But somehow she appears to know me. The way she looks at me makes me think that. How impatient are you, Ashley? Don't you see I was having an intimate moment with my knight? Responded Lillian with a mischievous smile on her face. Or is it that you're jealous because men prefer me? No wonder, you're just an annoying brat. The girl with red eyes, Ashley, sets her eyes on Lillian, seeing her as an enemy. I won't let you leave this place. I'll never let you. There's anger in her words, but there's also something strange. She doesn't sound evil, she rather seemed to be on the defensive. It's strange, but that is my impression. Lillian chuckles after hearing her, hiding her lips behind a hand with elegance. You're wrong, this will be the night of your defeat. Ashley makes snorts in anguish. I don't want to do this, but I think I have no choice. Unexpectedly, just as she finished speaking, she jumps at me with extraordinary speed. I am more impressed, however, that I managed to dodge her somehow, jumping towards Lillian. When my feet touch the ground, I'm right next to her. Lillian smiles, and then a strong current of air pushes Ashley away from us. Magic without a doubt. You giant idiot! Ashley shouted, falling with perfect balance, as one might expect of a cat. There was no further explanation. It had to be her. Otherwise, the attack and the fact that they know each other wouldn't make sense. Do you know what you're doing? You're endangering everyone. You're wasting your time, Lillian said without giving me time to think about it. He has already chosen to be my ally. He has already chosen to be my ally. Axel is my knight. Together we will defeat you, Ashley. Without a doubt, that was what I had promised. But Lillian was acting differently from before. She was arrogant and seemed to enjoy it. The girl then hisses with anger, imitating an angry cat. She even showed me her teeth, and her nails grew at the same time. You really are an idiot, she said, furious, her red eyes gazing at me. I'm the good one. That princess behind you is the one who killed them all. Eh? I exclaimed, confused, before seeing how Ashley jumps to dodge a ball of energy, translucent as if it was made out of hot air. But with a power so great that it opens a hole in the ground where she was standing. It was Lillian who shot it from the tips of her fingers. I can feel a huge and unknown energy concentrate on her hand. However, what most surprises me is the expression on her face. A malicious smile draws on her lips. Was she having fun? Why would fighting to break the curse be fun? I look at the face of Ashley to compare it. It's just the opposite. Ashley appears to be in agony, worried about what would happen while it's giving her all. Why do you believe all of her words? Ashley shouted before dodging another ball of energy. The blast echoed in my ears. I just wanted to scare them away. She's the one who stole their energy of those men to consummate her revenge. Once again, I am at a loss for breath. Now the seed of doubt is planted in my mind. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm even more confused than before. Something's wrong with the two. Both Ashley and Lillian do not appear to be what they say. At least I cannot believe in them. Shut up! Lillian yelled, furious at the same time she fires a large bolt of lightning at her. The attack is so fast and powerful that she could not avoid it. Then Lillian turns to look at me. My knight, do not fall for her lies. She is just trying to confuse you. Lillian looks at me with Lillian looks me in the eyes with indescribable tenderness. The change in her emotions is so drastic that I don't know how to feel on the matter. You believe me, don't you? She ended with a kind and innocent smile. However, before being able to say something, we are interrupted. A wave of translucent energy hits Lillian, knocking down part of the cabin. The blast was tremendous, so much I'm stunned, speechless. Again, it was like seeing a wrecking ball doing its job, an unstoppable force. Curse you, I'll make you pay. Lillian cried, furious, cleaning the blood on her lips. Despite the monstrous hit, she was almost completely clean. You deserve it for flirting in the middle of a match. Ashley scolded her, looking furious too. After saying that, Ashley and Lillian resumed their fierce and fantastical fight, using powers that I could not begin to understand, much less describe. Either way, one thing is certain, I don't want to be in this wrecked cabin. However, as soon as I move, I unexpectedly step on something. Huh? Confused, I look down only to find the toy knight. It must have fell from Lillian's hands after the attack. When my eyes set on it, everything became silent. I watched fascinated as if it was the most interesting thing that existed, ignoring the incredible combat that takes place right in front of my eyes. This toy calls me. Something in it is calling me. Without even thinking, I pick it up from the ground. It is at that time I am transported to another place. No, that's an error. I'm still in the same cabin as before. However, what has changed is the time. The cabin now looks clean and full of life, almost as if it were new. I find myself extending both hands, palms up, waiting to receive something. My eyes look up, beholding the loving smile of an older man. With a beard but almost no hair, without hesitation he puts something in my hands. It's cold and hard. It has a familiar shape. It is the toy knight. Having it in my hands fills me with great joy. It was something that I had desired so much but never hoped to have. It was too expensive, too unnecessary, but I still dreamed to see a knight in shining armor. Since long ago it had been one of my whims. To see this futile dream fills me with an unexplained happiness. Someone heard it. This unnecessary dream that even the owner had hopelessly abandoned. There was someone who picked it up and gave it life. What could I call something like that but love? Being able to hold it in my hands meant more to me than any other gift. Even if they had offered me a bag of gold in its place, it would not be the same. Without hesitation, the first thing I did was engrave my name on it. Lillian. This belongs to me. It's mine and mine alone. The next second, I'm in the forest. My legs hurt and I'm out of breath. I'm terribly tired. I just want to rest a little. But suddenly my father takes my hand. He is angry, or rather desperate. He forces me to continue running. Our escape was cut short, however. Soon the toy would fall to the ground stained with blood. It was a surprise attack. Only I would survive. Maliciously survive those wounds. Miraculously survive those wounds that should have been fatal. It was a meaningless miracle. The next day, it would be more than ash. When I return, I feel there's something on my face. With a frozen expression, I touch it only to discover they were tears. I look at my hand for a few seconds, completely lost in that image. I hear nothing, I see nothing else, I just think. There's something twisted in all of this. The Lillian here is the same Lillian I saw, but not completely. Definitely something is missing from her. She's just a piece. Suddenly I shake my head. There's something I need to see. Ashley and Lillian continue fighting, using all kinds of extraordinary powers. Ashley shoots lightning bolts to Lillian, but she reflects them with an almost invisible shield. Oh, okay. Lillian smiles just as the same time she covers her body with a thick darkness, which later takes the form of a huge snake. The Serpent of Darkness attacks Ashley, but she manages to dodge it thanks to her great reflexes. Why are you doing this? Ashley asked, angry, at the same time she fires a red lightning bolt. It did not seem to be made of electricity, but of a different energy. The lightning hits the snake, dispersing some of the thick darkness. A long time has passed. The people who hurt you are already gone. There isn't even a memory of the crime committed here anymore. The only thing here is a village of innocent people. Ashley said just before Lillian attacked her again. This time she's not fast enough. The serpent tears her side, causing a serious wound. However, in front of my eyes, it was reduced to nothing in just a moment. It is that you have forgotten the feeling of tears falling down your cheeks and blood escaping from your body until you lose all of your heart, all of your heat. Lillian responded without hesitation. Her answer turns me into stone. No matter how much I want to forget it, no matter how much time passes, for me it remains as vivid as when it happened. I cannot live otherwise, if not like this. Every day it eats me from the inside. Apparently, Lillian had discarded the good girl act, or had forgotten about me. Not wasting time, Ashley attacks, firing a red lightning bolt, even bigger than the previous. She was giving everything in that fight. Lillian responds, throwing all the darkness that covers her to Ashley, revealing her human body. Darkness and light collide, causing an explosion. For a moment, everything was covered by white light, accompanied by a deafening noise. When my vision returns, I see that both Ashley and Lillian are seriously injured. They gasp for air while staring into the eyes of the other. I have no doubts Ashley was telling the truth. It was not the cat who killed those men, but Lillian because of her desire for revenge. Or rather, her inability to forget the pain of what they did to her. Lillian is an aggressor, but she's also a victim. She is also suffering. I press the toy in my hands with all my strength and anxiety. I didn't know what to do, but I know I don't want to stay here idly. I must intervene. It was then that, unexpectedly, in front of my eyes, something happens that leaves me speechless. This is enough. I won't let you disturb me anymore. This will be the night I will defeat you. Lillian said at the same time she gathers an incredible magic. Dozens of snakes of darkness revolve around her, floating in the air. She was preparing to cast an enormous spell. Try if you can, princess. I won't let you hurt anybody again, replied Ashley, doing the same thing, only that in her case the energy takes the form of red and white light. An immense power surrounds each, revealing the nature in their interior. It was easy to know what they were planning. The intensity of the energy covering them at that time leaves me speechless. It is something I've never seen before, immeasurable, indescribable, and above all, fascinating. Wait! I shout desperately, trying to stop them. They can't hear me. The world they are in now, only the two of them exist. Before I knew it, my legs began to move with extraordinary speed, thanks to the spell of Lillian. Ah! The two activate their spells at the same time. They yell with all of their might and heart. A stream of red and white light advances unstoppable against another of darkness, moving the opposite direction, as if they were two trains about to collide. Stop! I yell from the bottom of my soul, possessed by the desire to stop them before they hurt themselves anymore. I don't know why, but something inside me pushes me to do so. The feeling I had was like seeing two great friends fighting to death. In any case, I don't have time to question what I do. I was already done. Before I knew it, I was already between the two. I opened my eyes wide with disbelief when I realized it. My eyes reflect the intense light that becomes brighter by the instant, until it hits me, making a monstrous roar. An explosion like nothing else I've ever seen before, with me in the center of it. At that moment, everything turned white. All sounds, all images, all the smells and sensations are gone. I was left alone, abandoned in an empty white. How can I describe what it feels like? What it feels like to leave this world? It was as if I had been pushed in the sea and sank quickly, leaving behind the world where I came. Even if I stretch my hand, I cannot reach it. I just continue to sink until the image of the surface disappears. Only difference is here there is no darkness. Instead it is white, an eternal white. I cannot speak. Moving is impossible, considering that I even have a body. The only thing I do is sink deeper with every passing second. And while I do it, I can't help but feel sad, or rather nostalgic. I just entered this place, and I already feel as if I had spent years here. Suddenly, the white becomes something different. The eternal white changes to green, and it turns into a forest. There's a cabin in the forest. In the cabin, there are 3 people, my mom, my dad, and I. No, that's a mistake. I am not me. I is Lillian. Lillian and Ashley. The real one, not those two who were fighting before. Now I understand it. Now I understand. I'm not dead. Their power did not exterminate me, but showed me a window to their inside. Lillian and Ashley are 2 names, but belong to the same person. Because their parents could not decide, they gave her a middle name. Now I understand it. You idiot! Do not die! Suddenly I hear the voice of Ashley calling me. There's concern mixed with anger in her voice. Hearing it fills me with delight. My knight! Resist! Then I hear the voice of Lillian. I hear her just as concerned as Ashley. Despite being evil, she felt something for me. I guess it's impossible to have a 100% evil spirit. I'm alive? I murmur with difficulty. I felt 10 times worse than waking up on a Monday at 6 a.m. in the morning to go to school, and that is saying a lot. I slowly regain my senses and start to perceive the world again, shapes and sounds becoming clearer. As soon as I say that, both girls sigh with relief. How can you be so stupid? Ashley roared furiously. Though I don't blame her in the least. On the contrary, I believe she's right. Don't do something so dangerous. If possible, I would prefer not to kill you. After saying that, she closes her eyes and crosses her arms, making an arrogant gesture. My knight. then whispered Lillian, looking at me with puppy eyes. I'm lucky. My sacrifice was able to stop them, at least for now. Here, I think this belongs to you. I said at the same time I placed the toy in the hands of Lillian. She looks at me more than surprised. She simply couldn't believe it. I had no words. I don't know how to say it, but I feel that this toy saved my life. It was no coincidence that I found it. It must have been waiting for someone who could finally break the curse without killing her. That toy you have there is. Ashley murmured as surprised as Lillian. Her cheeks were slightly red, making her look adorable. It seems that even she can be cute when she wants to. That also belongs to you, am I right? I said shortly before standing. I already feel a little better. Still tired, but not as bad as before. Without thinking, I cleaned the dirt on my clothes with my hands. Suddenly, everything has become too quiet. Confused, I look at Ashley's face, then Lillian's. They are cold, and more still than a statue. How could you know? The two cried in unison, destroying the short calm that was surrounding us. It was almost as loud as the explosion of before. I almost fell to the ground from the impression. Then they stare at me, narrowing their eyes as if trying to see inside me. There was something slightly funny about seeing them acting like this. I inhaled to fill my lungs with air and my heart with courage. The toy told me. I don't know how it could happen, but I'm sure that was it. Since I found it, I felt a mysterious force guiding me, and during the match it showed me scenes from your past. After saying that, I look at their faces. Both had the same thoughtful expression. They apparently had some difficulty believing it. At the same time, they couldn't discard the possibility so easily. Could it be that in all these years it was collecting magical energy? Ashley asked herself, with her sight down and one hand under her chin while thinking deeply. That is the only explanation. It was filled with magical energy and relived its memories. Responded Lillian, thinking just as deep on the subject. After that, they both nodded at the same time. It was funny and adorable. However, I quickly erased the smile from my face. It wasn't going to stay like this. This is more than a small truce. Next year would be the same. I have to put an end to this curse. You two are the same person, am I right? So why do you have to fight? I asked, knowing that they would not take it well, but I couldn't avoid doing so. Instantly, both crossed their arms, making an angry face. It's her fault. This princess can't forget what happened and wants to take revenge on the people, even though hundreds of years have passed. Ashley angrily responded. She had a good point, but now that I've seen the past of the two, I think I can understand why that is. Don't lie, it's the fault of that cat. She always wants to act like a saint, but she doesn't even understand how horrible I feel inside. Every day, every night, I can't simply stay here doing nothing, Lillian added. Fortunately, she didn't have any intentions to fight for now. At the time I was going to be burned alive at the stake, a white cat was nearby watching. Using the power, I managed to transfer my soul to her. I thought that would be the end. You see, I was kind of getting that idea. That what happened was, when the girl that's both of them died and she transferred her soul to the cat, it was like part of the soul went into the cat, and that's Ashley. But like her death still created like this imprint of misery or something of all her negative emotions, and that's Lillian. But soon the desire for revenge grew in me, so much that it took a life of its own. My soul is fragmented. Yeah, I kinda had the right idea, Ashley explained with complete seriousness. Lillian does not protest. That was the pure truth. I take a deep breath in preparation for what I had to do. Idiots. Unexpectedly, I unexpectedly said, seeing the angry faces from the two as a response. The one saying idiot is the idiot. Ashley instantly replied. However, her anger soon disappears. She blushes embarrassed when I set my sight on her red eyes. I wait a couple of seconds before speaking. You are misinterpreting what you feel. You loved your family, isn't that right? Because you love them that it hurts to have lost them. I'm not saying that it's okay to seek revenge. That is cruel. Do not bury and ignore your pain. Don't call it evil, it's only human. It seems that my word had some effect. Ashley, after a few seconds, lowered her sight, looking troubled. After saying that, I turn to look at Lillian. She blinks. Her blue eyes are anxious, as if they were impatient to know what I had to say to her. It's the same for you. You're not a demon. There's a part of you that could be a good girl, Lillian. There's some good in you. I don't think that everything you told me was a lie, or that the joy in which you saw hugging that toy was all an act. I pause while I remember those moments. I know it hurts, but the one who suffers the most from revenge is yourself, I added. There's no more to say. Lillian, like Ashley, lowers her head, questioning herself, looking sad and pensive. I can't help but think that having a toy in her hands helps to soothe her pain. Yes, you're right. The truth is that I hate them. I hate those damn idiots for what they did to me. It hurt a lot. We were innocent. Ashley cried, furious, revealing her hidden feelings. Yes, but at the same time, I don't want to hurt anybody. No matter how many I kill, I'll never be able to turn back time or revive the dead. Lillian confessed with sadness in her voice. After saying that, they look at each other's eyes for a couple of seconds, before giving the other a gentle smile. It was like seeing a couple of sisters forgiving themselves after years of enmity. I was pleased, grateful. I could not ask for a better end. I stare at them while they are looking into their eyes, feeling a great satisfaction. I just met them this evening, but somehow I bonded with them. Ashley extends her hands to Lillian, with perfect elegance in the gesture, as if inviting her to have a dance. Lillian nods and then accepts her hand. It was then that I suddenly see how slowly they begin to disappear. Both were dispersed in the forms of particles of light, as if small fireflies were escaping from their bodies, with a beautiful but depressing green color. Suddenly the two turn their gaze at me and giving me their last smile. It was a pleasure to meet you. I guess I can't call you stupid or an idiot anymore. It is a pity, but it was a pleasure to meet you, human. Ashley said with the same arrogance as always. But this time she seemed to have more respect. I am more than proud to hear it. Maybe if you hadn't attacked me in the beginning, we could have talked some more. Yes, it is a bad habit I have. She smiles, a little ashamed, knowing that my words are the truth. Thanks for helping us find the peace that we needed. Goodbye, noble knight. I confess I enjoyed kissing you. You were right when you said not everything was a lie. I enjoyed the time we spent together, even if short. I'm glad I didn't kill you. Lillian said, looking at me with a tenderness that breaks my heart, despite of what she says. Is there no way you could stay? I asked, being stubborn, but I didn't want things to end like this. We could start again, a new life, become good friends. I would like to, but my existence, the purpose of my life, has already been fulfilled. Thank you for freeing me of these painful feelings I was carrying. Thank you for showing me that not everyone is evil and there are still good people like you. Thank you for trusting me despite my corrupted soul. This is goodbye. Yes. It was fun to meet you, said the two unexpectedly in unison. Those were their last words before disappearing while holding hands. Without thinking, I ran towards them. Even if I couldn't do anything, I wanted to touch them one last time. But the only thing my hands were able to reach are the particles of light that slipped between my fingers as if it was water. Then I see the light rise higher and higher until it disappears in the night sky. I did it. I'm a hero. I'm the one who finally broke the curse. Now no one else will be trapped by it. It ended too soon. I would like to see you again someday. I murmured to the night sky, watching it with longing for a couple of minutes, as if waiting for something to occur. Naturally, there's no response. Now the only thing that stays with me is an unfulfilled desire. My desire to have a second chance with them. At least I know, at the end of their lives, they could find some happiness. Now I can get out of the forest. I know that no one will believe my story if I tell it, but at least I achieved what was our main goal. An unforgettable night. Alright, so that's that. So that's the hidden, I guess, special ending for Trick and Treat, where we learn that Ashley and Lillian are the same person. One thing that was kind of tickling in the back of my head was in that one ending where he tells Ashley about that girl he met when he was a little kid. I was kind of wondering if maybe that applied to Lillian in some way. Like maybe if they looked like the same person, or they came from the same family, or something like that. I don't know, there's just something that I was thinking maybe that connected the two of them. I gotta tell you, the game surprised me. You know, at first, when we first went through it and we got those first few endings with Ashley, and it kind of felt kind of light and airy, like there wasn't much behind it. And then we got those more kind of serious, more dramatic endings with Lillian. Oh, Axel! Suddenly I feel someone shaking my shoulder, impatiently while he calls my name. Immediately I open my eyes, discovering that it's Stephen. What are you doing? Sleeping? Class is about to start, he said, looking at me as if I was doing something weird. I don't answer him. I look at my surroundings, making sure where I was. Oh, a new area. It's true. I'm at school waiting for another boring day of class to start. My biggest struggle for this day was trying not to fall asleep. Sorry, it's just last night I couldn't sleep well. I had a strange dream. A strange dream? Murmured Alfred, showing some interest. Yeah, that's what it was, just a strange dream. I was about to explain it, but Stephen interrupted me. It's not important, we're awake now. What's important, however, is what will happen today. And what is it that you consider so important? Well, according to my investigation, there's going to be a new female transfer student today. As usual, he's more interested in girls than in my fantastic dreams. Now that I think about it, I don't remember hearing before that a student would be transferred. With curiosity, I hear what my classmates around me are talking about. They were all talking about the same thing. Well, I guess I just wasn't paying attention. They say that this girl is gorgeous. No, even the word gorgeous is not enough to describe her. Stephen added, it was easy to tell he was more than eager to meet her. You need to learn how to be more subtle. Attention, the teacher is coming, Alfred said, warning that it was time to return to our seats. Shortly after, we see a teacher enter. A man about 40 years, bald with glasses, carrying a couple of thick books. After a cordial greeting, the teacher prepares to introduce the new student. Well, as everyone knows today, a new student will join our class. Remember to be nice to her. After saying that, we see the door open. I feel everyone in the room is impatient to see. The atmosphere is loaded with cravings. However, when I see her face, I get the biggest surprise of my life. Greetings. My name is Lillian Ashley Gwendolyn. It's pronounced Guinderan. Guindean. We'll just take it and go, she said, ending with a friendly smile. She's unquestionably a girl of great beauty. I must be the only one here who is surprised by something else. Lillian! Ashley! I shout without thinking. I don't believe it. Everyone gives me a strange look at that moment, as if I had something on my face. But I don't care, the surprise was too big to hide. Hello, Axel. We get to see each other again, she said, giving me a sweet smile. At the same time, she waves her hand, blushing slightly embarrassed. I cannot answer. I simply have no voice. My mind is blank. She is Lillian, and Ashley, the real girl. She's not Lillian, she's not Ashley. She's both Lily and Ashley. She looked just like that in the memories I had of her. Her real appearance before her soul was fragmented. I thought I would never see her again. It was then, without thinking, I checked the date on my phone. What I find causes me to lose my breath. 8:03 a.m., October 31st. It's simply not possible. Time moved back. I had a feeling that it was something more than a dream. For a second I doubted it, but now I'm sure. The night was real, as is this day. This year will be blessed with living Halloween twice. Lillian then blushed, knowing that she was the center of attention of everyone there. Well, I'm very shy to talk about me. But there is one... Oh, I clicked too fast. Something in honor of this special day. The world then became silent, waiting for what that beautiful girl had to say. Lillian takes a moment to gather courage before looking at all of us, by tilting her head gently and giving us her best smile. A radiant smile full of happiness. Trick and treat! Finn. Alright, that was cute. I wasn't expecting an epilogue like that, but it was nice. A little obvious, when you realize that it's going to happen, but still nice. So, like I was saying, the game kind of surprised me. I expected something more along the lines of like a short, cute, sort of like dating sim almost. Like, do you want to date the cute ghost, or do you want to date the cute witch? But it ended up being a little more substantial than that. And I had fun going through it. It's a free game, so if you can find it on Steam, and you want to try it out, maybe just enjoy the story on your own without having to listen to me and all my mispronunciations, well, go ahead and give it a shot. Give these developers, give these programmers, these writers some love, and let them know you enjoyed what they did. And I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video with me, listen to me try to read it, and I hope you enjoyed yourselves. And as always, I'll see you in the next game.